the door, she turns around. Hey, Pops. Yes. Thank you. Always, you're always welcome. Love you, Amanda.
I love you too, Dad.
Love you too, Dad.
Welcome. You've got Dad.
Oh, finally. I thought that would never end. Back to Dad Book. Let's finish this up with Craig. Oops. Hold on. Let's save first. And then do it. There we go. Took some time for our schedules to line up, but I was finally able to find a weekend where Craig and I could go camping. He always stays so busy with work and the kids. It's good to know that... Hold on. Okay. It's good to know that we'll be able to spend some time relaxing together in nature. Since our first run, I've managed to go on regular runs with Craig. I mostly do them because it seems like the only time we get to hang out. But the added benefit is that I've seen a lot of improvement in my health. I was able to sift through my attic and find my old camping gear from college. Craig puts me in charge of bringing the sleeping bags and the tent while he takes care of the food, so I double check to make sure everything is ready to go. Craig should be here any minute now. Amanda's going to be spending the weekend on a school trip to our nation's capital. She hasn't been away from home without me for longer than a day since she was 14. I hope she isn't feeling as nervous about it as I am. Hey, Amanda Panda. Amanda's in the middle of sitting on top of her luggage in order to get it to finally zip. Hey, Pops. Ready for a trip? Once I get this bad boy all zipped up, I'm good to go. How much did you pack? That seems like a lot for 2 days. Oh, it's all my camera equipment, lenses, tripod, flash, all that. Are you even gonna have time to take pictures? I'll find a way. I need to get in some good shots for my series on natural monuments. What's the series about? One of those internet series where I reimagine Disney princesses as founding fathers. What? I'm kidding. Nobody likes those. I'm taking portraits of my friends. Oh well, I'm gonna be in the woods, out there in nature, roughing it. Just me and Mother Nature, under the trees. You gonna be alright on your own? I'm not gonna have any signal out there. I won't be able to text or call you at all. Alright. It's alright. I'll be able to survive a couple days without constant updates on who just got voted off of International Haunted House Hunters. Well, I'll miss you. For the record, Bradley was pushed down a flight of ornate stairs by a ghost. They were really beautiful stairs. Amanda finishes zipping up this big suitcase and lugs it next to the door of her bedroom. She turns around and gives me a big hug. Relax, Dadtron. I'm a big kid now. I can take care of myself. Besides, I gotta share a room with Monica Sanders and 2 mom chaperones. Most trouble I could possibly get into is falling asleep with a tub of ice cream on me. Oh well, alright, don't steal anything, okay? Did you ask nicely? Fine, promise. I step outside, hauling my bags behind me. Craig has already strapped some camping gear on top of my modest but stylish car. He notices me carrying my equipment and hurries over to take it from me. Such a gentleman. I almost had a case of the vapors there. Never fear, these muscles were made for picking up heavy things and putting them in other places. Remember, it's your weekend to relax. Take it easy. I can't argue with that. Everything good with Amanda? Yep, on our way to school, on our way to a school trip to Washington, D.C. What about your offspring? Ready at Smashley's for the weekend. I'm ready to get my camp on. Load the rest of my stuff into Craig's car when we get in. Oh no. What's wrong? I think I left my juicer plugged in. We gotta go back. Worried that someone's gonna break into your house and cold press some carrots? No, it's just try to relax, man. Let the juicer float away. Take all your worries and blend them into pulpy good vibes. Craig takes a deep breath. Do we have anything to listen to? All I had in my place is a series of CDs that guide you through a thorough and intense calisthenics workout. Do you want to listen to those? Just kidding. Greg hands me a thick case filled with CDs. Take your pick. Thumb through page after page of kids sing-along CDs. Oh yeah, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star takes me back. Keep going. I get to the end of the case to find in the very last lot a blank CD with Craig's handwriting on it. DJ Kickstand's Megamix Volume 1? Made just for the trip. I think you'll like it. I pop the CD into the car stereo. It's like I'm immediately transported to our old dorm room. Hit after hit plays, and soon enough we're both happily singing the lyrics to each song as we fly down the highway. This song was Carl's favorite. Carl, the third roommate. You brought that dog home one night, and I couldn't pry you two apart. So we spent the entire semester fabricating a story about our foreign exchange student roommate who had a really bad cough that sounded exactly like a dog's bark. Yeah, you already said that. Then we had a room inspection. And RA was so suspicious of us, but could never prove anything. And Carl was just under a blanket. Bless that pup's courage under fire. And we did some dumb things back in college. The hours fly by as we belt out tunes in whatever non-existent key our voices register in. Soon enough, we're surrounded by lush trees and spectacular vistas of everything amazing that nature has to offer. Feels good to be back out here. Real good. park our car at the entrance to a familiar trail and load up our gear on our backs. I'm thankful that I've been working on my health over the past couple of weeks. Otherwise, I'd be dreading all the hiking that's about to happen. Craig looks intently at his phone. Everything alright? Yep, I just had to fire off one last work email. Craig pockets the phone and we start off on the trail. It's relatively easy, but I know I would have been huffing and puffing at this point if it weren't for all the murder sprints. I look around me and take in the tall trees and animal chirps. Everything okay back there? There's no reception out here. Oh yeah, being out in the middle of nowhere will do that. Recognize the look of anxiety on Craig's face. What if there's a problem? Okay, there won't be a problem. It'll be fine. Come on, bud. Who's a relaxed boy? I don't know. Craig. I'm a relaxed boy. That's my dude. We keep marching down the trail, but it seems Craig is still worried. After a bit, he stops in his tracks. Maybe we should get back. We should go back. We could find another campground that gets good cell phone reception. Craig, seriously, what's wrong? And I'm just really nervous. My dad instinct is kicking in my mind, conjuring all sorts of worst case scenarios. What if something happens to the girls? I don't have a signal. I would have no way of knowing. Let me tell you, that feeling never goes away, no matter how old your kids are. You just gotta remind yourself that they're in good hands. Craig doesn't say anything. I give him a reassuring punch on the shoulder. Try to remember why we came out here. The plan was to get away from all and just focus on ourselves for this little trip. No distractions. No cell phone service. Just two dads relaxing out in the woods. Craig looks me directly in the eyes. No distractions. No cell phone service. Just two dads relaxing out in the woods. We're gonna have some fun this weekend. Craig and I get back to marching. It's not too long of a hike before we get to the campsite. And we're both glad to see that we're the only people here. Can't believe he still has this tent. Found it in my attic and already checked it for holes. Seen better days, sure, but I don't think we'll be able to survive. Dumped a bag of fabric and poles onto the ground. We unfold the tent in the desired spot. I hand Craig the stakes. We still know how to do this, right? Of course we do. We do not. After 20 minutes of struggling like people in a bad infomercial, we somehow managed to build an upright structure that closely resembles what a tent would look like if you ask somebody to draw a picture of one with their eyes shut. Oh boy. I wouldn't put this up against a storm, but I think we'll be able to survive for the night. We set up a couple chairs and our cooking equipment, admiring our handiwork. Bro, look at us go! Look upon the kingdom we have built. Upon this rock we shall grill our meats and drink our brews, for we hold dominion over this land. Verily, and look at our camping chairs, which we are going to sit on. So what's next on the camp extravaganza docket? Well, Now that we have shelter settled, I think it's time for us to do some exploring. There's a waterfall a little bit up the way that I'm sure we could hike to. Let's get hiking. Craig and I venture into the woods. We amble along, taking our time to chat and admire the wildlife. Craig reaches out an arm and stops me. Dude, does that look like what I think it looks like? I look over at where he's pointing. Oh my god, it does. The tree looks like a butt. I can't get over how detailed it is. Imagine the butt tree further. Contour is perfect, even has back dimples. I thought we were going to have a great time camping, but this makes it even better. Craig holds back a snicker. I aspire to have every hike be as good as this one. I'm snickering now too. Let us analyze this tree further. Craig and I share a huge belly laugh at our awful jokes. The best thing about this is that there's no daughters here to tell us our jokes are bad. We high five. Craig and I hit the trail again. It's been a long time since we've been out here, but everything seems more or less familiar. We point out old landmarks that we remember back from our college days. I think we're getting close now. Check it out. There's a clearing up ahead. As we get closer, I can hear water running. Cresting over a hill, Craig and I are greeted by a wide clearing surrounded by trees. In front of us is a beautiful waterfall spilling into a large body of water that runs into a river. Mouths agape with the genuine beauty of the place we go to investigate. The old waterfall.
Nice.
It's gorgeous. Nature is so rad. Peering further, we get an idea of how deep the pool is. Think we could jump off it like the old days? This old dad is happy here on dry land. Looks like it could climb right up over there. Didn't even bring our swimming trunks. What are you talking about? Craig immediately begins to taking his clothes off. Oh boy. Let's look at his butt. Sorry. Can't help but sneak a peek. That is a good butt. Craig turns around suddenly. He catches me looking. I do a lot of glute workouts. Immediately turn away, blushing. You can wonder what? Oh, I don't know about this dude. He's already making his way over to the waterfall by the time I finish my sentence. When he realizes I'm not right behind him, he turns around and rolls his eyes. We lived together for years and I've seen your ass more times than I can count. It's no big deal. Huh. Okay, let's put on a show. Some clothes are coming off, and it's someone's birthday. Craig gives me the wolf whistle. I turn around and give my booty a good spank. That one's for you, big boy. Take off my shirt, drop it in a pile with Craig's clothes. Put the rest of my clothes on the ground, feeling exposed. Craig and I climb to the top of the waterfall, making sure not to slip in any wet rocks. He reaches the peak before I do and offers me a hand getting up. At the top, we look over the cliff and into the tiny lake. It seems so much higher up from this perspective. Craig has always been a daredevil. He pulled some stunts in college that I'm honestly still shocked he survived. I was always the one standing on the sidelines, watching and hoping I wouldn't be bringing him home in a gurney. Man, this could be dangerous. Craig turns to looks me in the eyes. Don't think, just jump. Craig cannonballs off the waterfall into the lake, creating a huge splash. I'm worried for a moment before he finally resurfaces from under the water. Woo! He treads water and looks up at me. You coming or what? Don't think, just jump. How are you supposed to just not think? Pretty sure that's not physically possible. My toes grip the edge of the rock. The water looks so far away. Don't think, just... I run off the edge, trying to do my best to cannonball. Somewhere in the middle, turns into a really graceful belly flop. I hit the water with a loud slap. It resurfaced to find Craig giggling. I rate that belly flop a solid 8 out of 10. Your form was lacking, but your heart was in the right place. I playfully splashed water at Craig. Are you sure about that? I splash him again. You've given me no choice. Craig splashed me in the face with a huge wave of water. You've wakened the beast. He launches another wave of water at me. Don't you put me in a corner here. Don't put a wild animal in the corner. Let's dunk him. I lunge for Craig and manage to get him in an arm lock. Time for the finishing move. I summon all of my dad's strength to lift Craig out of the water. Hey! I drop him down for the splash. Craig bounces back out of the water. My turn. Oh no, it seems Craig was simply allowing me to pick him up and dunk him. He grapples me with his clearly superior muscles and quite literally tosses me across the water. I emerge from the water devastated. You think I did all this pull-ups so I could just look good and with my shirt off? No, bro, these arm cannons are dad launchers. Craig does a playful flex for me. Damn. Craig, juice, please. Craig thinks about it. Yeah, sure. We shake hands. There is peace. Man, that jump was such an adrenaline rush. Now, not so scary, huh? Race you to the top. Run all the way up the slick rocks and cannonball off the waterfall again. What a rush. Good form on that one. Wanna go again? You know it. With the same energy we had in our youth, we climbed back up to the top of the waterfall. I'm brave enough to try a flip, which I'm sure looks incredibly graceful as I belly flop into the water. Phew, man, this is fun. Got one more in ya? I live for danger. Takes us a little more time, but we get to the waterfall. Both do our best running jumps in the water below. Alright, I think that's my limit. We should get going back before it gets too dark. Let me just save here for a second. I'll say you're right.
Nice.
Should probably head back. got to put our clothes back on. Notice that they're soaking wet. Maybe a splash fight wasn't the best idea. That's okay. We'll get a fire going in no time. We can dry off and get some dinner going. Stopping wet, we hike back to the camp and unpack everything we need for dinner. Craig pulls out a couple of steaks and some chopped potatoes in tinfoil. You ready for a feast? Hey man, take a seat. The Craig train is pulling into the relaxation station and I'm your conductor. Let me cook for you. Absolutely not. Cooking is the thing that makes me relax, that relaxes me the most. I'll take it from here. Craig cooks now. I remember how his entire sophomore year diet consisted of microwavable mac and cheese and not microwaved, and have trouble believing the thing he just said. At least let me start the fire. Sure, let me grab my matches. Craig reaches into his backpack. He rummages around his bag, pulling things and checking out his pocket. Uh-oh. I know I packed it. But Craig checks another bag and still can't find it. My stomach grumbles, and now I'm more acutely aware of how cold and wet I am. You really need to get a fire started. Okay, well, it's not the end of the world.
Oh.
Gosh, I'm so stupid. I could have sworn I packed it. I'm sorry, dude. Don't be. We can still figure this out. We can start a fire. We're smart guys. I mean, how hard could it be? I've watched plenty of survival programs on TV. If a naked reality TV star can do it, so can we. We'll need some wood. I just threw out to the trees around us.
Oh, man.
There's no shortage of that. And some tinder.
Oh.
Can make that work. And then I think some ancient aliens that are then supposed to come by and give us advanced technology. Or renovate our house. Depends on the show. Craig and I gather a variety of wood, bark and moss until we have all the materials that could conceptually make a passable looking campfire. Just add fire, right? That's the fun part. The sun is now setting and a cool breeze rustles the leaves of the trees around us. We have to work quick. I've done this in the past and I know I can figure it out. Just give me a second. Any way I can help?
Oh.
Give me some more support. Lift my spirits and we'll make this fire happen. How about we go overboard with compliments? Really giving that fire the business. You're an amazing, hard-working father with a steady worth ethic, and everyone loves you. Your daughters think you're a superhero, and the neighbors' dads respect you immensely. Also, your belt looks great. Bro, stop. You make me cry. Okay. Don't want your tears putting out the fire. Eventually, Craig is miraculously able to get something going. He blows on the embers and gently places the glowing moss in the base of the pit. Soon enough, we'll have a nice little fire going. Way to go, man. We're regular old outdoorsy fellas.
Oh.
Hooray for not dying. I take a seat in one of the lawn chairs. Craig brought and cozy up to the fire, warming up my hands. Relax, man. Take it easy. Let me handle the dinner. I watch as Craig strokes the fire.